How was school today, boys? Anything interesting happen?
We watched a movie that taught us what to do if the Russians drop a bomb on us.
I'm thinking of joining the Merchant Marines.
Well, as long as you finish high school first. And when that day comes, I hope that you'll still consider going to college.
Well, now, wait a minute, Mary. Merchant Marines sounds like a solid, sensible idea. Much better than going to some college to pursue poetry.
Actually, the Merchant Marines would be a way for me to pursue my poetry, Uncle Frank. A lot of beats would join the Merchant Marines to learn more about themselves, the world, and then to write about it. You know that if you ever cracked open a book.
What was that?
Well, no one is joining anything tonight, so can we please just finish our supper in peace?
Well, Dilton, what's the occasion?
I just came by because after The Melting Man and that movie my dad showed in class, I know you're unsettled.
Sue me. I don't want to die in an atomic attack.
Yeah, except you don't have to worry, Jughead. You're one of my best pals. You're my comic book buddy. If anything bad were to actually happen, I'd take care of you. You'd be safe.
Well, that's swell of you to say, Dilton, but how would I be safe?
It would probably be easier if I just showed you.
Holy crapola, Dilton! How does your family have a bunker?
My dad built it. He says we're deep enough to survive an atomic blast and any radiation after the blast.
Am I missing something? Does your dad think that Riverdale could be a target? Dilton? What does your dad know that we don't?
Nothing for certain, but about a year before Ethel's folks were killed, her dad showed up to our house with this. Mr. Muggs wanted to see if it was worth anything. He figured since my dad was a science teacher, he'd know.
What is it?
Palladium. Mr. Muggs said he swiped it from work.
The maple factory?
I guess so. He said Clifford Blossom was sitting on a pile of it and doing something with it. That's when my dad started building this bunker.
Because Clifford Blossom was, or is doing something with palladium? A secret something? Worth killing for?
In its inert state, palladium is basically harmless. But in its purest state, concentrated and compressed, some scientists speculate it could be more volatile than plutonium, and if detonated, more destructive than a hydrogen bomb.
This is starting to ring a bell for me.
Not just a bell, in fact. A 4-alarm siren. Sure enough, I'd recently had my nose in a story about a palladium bomb destroying a small town by my former, deceased mentor, Brad Rayberry, who at one point worked at the Blossom factory. Had he seen or heard something there about palladium that had inspired his story?